Boa noite, boa noite. Hi, everybody. Bob is ready here. You gotta send me an invitation, a request. César, Tati. No, you gotta send me an invitation. You gotta go and request to be in the same live, Bobby. Let me see if I can. Let me. Okay. Let me see if you know you're gonna get it. I send a request for you. Yes. What's up, my man?
What's happening?
How's everything?
Fantastic, fantastic.
Hey,
Loving life, you know.
are you waking up right now?
Yes, yes, that's right. Right now, it's time for me to get up and, you know, get my day started, which is all good. You know.
Can you tell everybody where in
Yes.
paradise you find
Yes.
yourself?
Oh, awesome. So I actually stay off in Thailand. So I've decided. I'm retired in paradise, enjoying it. You know, and always have an opportunity to, do anything and everything that I wanted to do with my days. So it's fantastic.
Guys, right?
We're all dealing with it. Everybody's handling it the best they can. But in the meantime, we're enjoying the other, bits of the fruits of our labor, so to speak.
Right. Can you hear me good?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying that for the last conversation we had, you showed me some pictures of the mansions over there, and we're like,
Yes.
oh my God, what a good life! What
What,
a
man?
good life!
Woo! So I mean, the house is over here. It's totally night and day, okay? Because right now, they've got the great resignation going on over there in the U.S., and everyone's like saying, hey, they're alternative forms of living. And over here, of course, they're so stuck where everybody's making tourism stuff. So it's like, we would love to work. You know what I mean saying? I mean, they're like, let's do it, you know? And so, obviously everybody's wanted to see and wish for everything to get back to a good state of mind. So that's one good thing, you know what I mean? So, so you just take a look at the economy of each one, and it's like, wow, totally amazing.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the houses the pictures you sent to me was just amazing. Oh my God! And for the
Yes.
price and for the type of life, you know what I mean? Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'm guessing, like I told you, I'm going to be your neighbor someday.
Yes.
At least we can
Completely.
train with each other.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just like, when I looked into this, I was just like, wow, this is completely different than it is from the United States, man, in a good way, you know.
Right.
So it, I'm sure that obviously there's good and bad on everything. It's just that for what I needed to be defined as good was good enough.
Exactly. So, tell me a little bit what's going on in your life. What is the plans? After retirement, we're gonna see you fighting again sometime, and or not, or just paradise is more than enough.
Yes. So I'm in. I get calls for hey, Bob, you want to do this fight? I get calls and things like this, and I'm just like, yeah, do I want to do a fight? I'll think about it. I do things like that, and you know, the, I first thought about it against Mike Tyson. So I really thought I thought I was gonna discuss with coming back and doing the big match versus him. So that
What
was
are they
something.
doing right now with all the superstars?
Yeah.
The
So
boxing
basically,
fights.
basically, yeah. So I would have been the big one there, but obviously Mike, extenuating circumstances to whatever. Anyway, had them do the Roy Jones ones, but I was doing that this year. Then we had my good old guy Shaq call me out, say, hey, what's up? Maybe I'll fight Bob Sapp. That was pretty cool. So, I'm enjoying that. You know what I mean? That little drama stuff, and enjoying that stuff that goes on.
What do
Which
you
is
what do you
nice.
what do you think
Nothing
about this
negative
whole
at
thing?
all.
What do you think about this whole thing going on now? That it's kind of became like a fashion. Became like a trend. Everybody wants to, or fight or come back from retirement, fight, superstars
Yeah.
and YouTubes and all
Oh
kind of
man.
stuff.
Okay, so no, look.
Oh my God.
Loaded, man, you sound crazy.
No,
because I'm
judge your
I'm
opinion
really
about the
at shock
fighting.
of what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm really in shock. Oh, whoa, like, hang on a second, guys. We got to take a step back. So let me explain why I'm in shock. Okay, and I think, I think many other people, let me just say, are in shock as well. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna have to just say it. So everybody listening, just here
Man,
it is. You know what I
you're the
mean?
guest. The
So
guests always can say whatever they want to say. I mean,
thank
it's
you,
all, yeah. You
thank
have
you. I
the
appreciate
you
it.
have the time and you have the word. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at this situation here, particular the Jake Paul Tyrone Woodley situation, and because I'm also the guy that's been credited with doing the entertainment fights, you know what I mean, and knowing how to do it. I actually was put down for what it was, by Ariel Arwani, which also plays a part in this kind of situation here.
Right.
And it was basically about how hard the fighters work, and what we do to whatever. So you got to say, okay, that's cool. So let's leave that there for a second. And now let's come to this situation here that I'm saying, wow, I am just shocked that Ariel he's no lost his job yet. Okay, I'm really shocked at that. Okay, I'm just amazed that he's no lost his job, and I'm just in that I'm really surprised Showtime has no issue to a worldwide apology. You know what I mean? I'm just like, wow, I don't think you guys actually know what is what is wow. So I'm really shocked by that, So I mean, I think maybe take Ariel off of the air and have him do some sensitivity issues and some sensitivity training and just have some understanding, and
Right.
which is something that now, if you're concerned with like Bob, why do you say that? Because in college we have these classes that we have to take for sensitivity issues and how to speak in things in the media. And when you're in the NFL, they have the same thing. Okay, the NFL, they have this have basically the same thing.
Like
I'm not
instructions,
quite sure if the NBA has it or Major League
yes.
Baseball, but I'm pretty sure that they do. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that they do. I'm pretty sure they do. Now, that's the training that comes with being a professional. So I have had training in this. So you have to learn how to handle it. Okay. And Ariel Arwani has no training in this. He's just kind of jumped into it and said so he's got no sensitivity of all the issues and paying attention to historically or history where we're at right now. So that's something that's really like, whoa, wait a minute. And even everybody in wrestling will say, hey guys, no do cheap heat, because that's when you say something negative. They say, no, do that, because if you do get caught in that can really set you up for some problems. Okay,
Right.
so they've all done it and they've all been into it. And if everybody, I'm not going to say it because I want to see if everybody else sees what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be like,
let's
look,
ask everybody that is watching the live if they know what are you talking about. I have guys over here say, "Oh, that's the real Bob Sapp." Of course, it is the real Bob Sapp. It is the big Bob Sapp. Yeah, I want to know if anybody has the idea what you're talking about, because you definitely bring a angle, and I don't think then people realize or understand what happened, what are happening right now. So
Right.
go ahead.
Oh, do you want me to say it or look more?
Oh
Is that
no,
what you're saying?
it's
Or are
up
we
to you.
answering
I
the
mean,
question?
I was
Okay.
asking, if anybody understand or have an idea, what are you talking about? And you
Mm.
know, I believe, they
I
don't.
can go into a little bit. I can, well, I'm just, whoa, so
It's on
it's,
you, buddy. Go ahead.
yeah, well, look, I'm just saying what I see. Okay. I'm just going to say what I see. This all just what I see. And, um, I saw that I said, man, first of all, I love the entertainment style, combat entertainment. I think it's fantastic. I think that Jake Paul basically is done very good for bringing that genre in. I think all of that stuff. Okay, so I just believe that what for when you do this stuff, you have to really make sure you don't do cheap heat. Okay, because and you have to really be careful. So a lot of the things that seem to be derogatory that put them down, you could have. It goes back and forth. But this one, they just, I was like, hey, this is great. This guy is a executive producer, for the
Who
show.
are
It's
you
like,
talking?
wow.
Who are you talking about?
Jake
What?
Paul. I saw
Okay.
that on the show.
Okay.
I thought it was
Okay.
fantastic. I think that's great. You know what I mean? Wow, the
Right.
guy's getting this stuff. He signs with, so he's a little more than a fighter. He's whoa, fantastic, right? And so then I say, you can see it, because I'm like, wow, they know what they're doing, because look at all of these, look, wow, look at all the audience. You know what I mean? It was great. Look at the reactions. I mean, it's fantastic.
Full
I'm
House
happy.
was Full
Yeah,
House. Yes.
and I'm loving it. I'm saying, whoa, man, this is fantastic. Tyrone Woodley's up in here, and he's doing, he's getting it going, and he's got something else. You know what I mean? There's another organization that he can fall back on, and I think that's fantastic. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
you may as well have fun with it's combat entertainment. You may as well have fun with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, yeah. And then at the end, they come to a good climactic ending. You're like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm into it. You know what I mean? And then, when Tyrone said, hey, hey, let's run it back or whatever it is, for the next one. And Jake Paul says, oh yeah, for the payday. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what you're doing it for. Heck yeah, that's what I thought they was doing it for. When I hear, no, unless you put a tattoo on your body, whoa, okay, no, whoa.
I to be honest, I heard it. I saw something then has to do with people were kind of doing some kind of emojis and TikTok,
Yeah.
whatever it is. And I saw some tattoos, but I didn't realize what it was behind that. And I believe you do have a different idea, or
viewpoint.
a different point exactly. So go
But
ahead.
I will have it, Conan, because of the classes that I took.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
So I would have it. So this is no, and guess what, Conan? I'm in the hype in the entertainment business as well. I'm the guy who started all of this stuff. That's the reason why you said, hey, listen, you were going to fight Mike Tyson. So this whole thing. So I mean, I have an understanding of it. Even I went to the rounds with Ariel and showing Ariel. Hey, listen, you really have no journalism training in this stuff, sensitivity issues. You better not be doing that. It's going to come back and bite you. Okay. And, he needs to, like, again, I say he needs to be fired. He needs to be out of there until he has some sensitivity issues, until he takes care of some sensitivity training. He needs to be out of there and then let him come back. Okay. Or you can just fire him for good. It don't matter, because he is the epitome of having to start some stuff like that. And that's exactly what he's done. So, again, you guys, I thought hey, fighters, young fighters, I thought we was fighting for money. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And then when one of you is put in a power position called executive producer of Showtime, you know what I mean? And you have another, which makes you what? Like, kind of like his boss, right?
Exactly.
And he comes and says, hey, how about can we do another one, boss? Can we do something? How did I do? And he says, I know you wanted me for a paycheck, but unless I put this brand on you, name branding, that's I don't think you guys want to be playing with that. I would drop that alone, man. I mean, and then put permanent and gave all these parameters on how to do that. That's pretty nasty, okay? Because, you know, in my opinion, Tyrone is going to say yes anyways because he's the one that wants a job. He's the one that wants, yeah, heck, hey, listen, Tyrone probably be like, I would be like, I thought we was doing it for money. With wait a minute.
The wrong idea.
Hold the phone, you know?
Yes,
Woo!
the wrong idea, yeah. I kind of I kind of got you. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why. Hey, that's why I'm laughing. I know because I know you like. Whoa, wait a minute, guys! Stop! Hang on.
Right.
Let the old guys come in here. Let us teach it. Let's school the young guys again. Okay, you guys. Only do it for money. You can start trading. You know, let me put my name brand on your body parts and have a boss say it of the executive Showtime and that brought in that got the executive producer from a like what was it, a gambling website? A gambling website? What are y'all doing, man? Man, you better slow that roll. You know what I mean? Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
Was a guy here that asked, I think it's Jacob, what did Ariel do wrong?
Which say it again? Oh, what did he do wrong? Okay,
Ariel, yeah.
So okay, so well, the perception of it is wrong. We shall say, okay. So the sensitivity issues is the fact that the history behind someone in particular in power, in this case the oppressor, you know, so that would basically be the boss. Or
I think that you need to be more clear so the people watching us understand exactly what are you coming from. I know you're being nice. I know you're being nice and you be very kind. You know, without put anybody in trouble, but. I think people need to understand what exactly you mean as, fighting for the money and on also getting the mark, of the boss. I think
okay,
should clear it up a little bit.
Okay, so when this whole thing started happening, I think it was basically, it was kind of unusual, okay, but nobody really took it to heart, nobody really took it to heart, and so it never really got the attention. And then when you saw that, like I said, when you saw a Jake Paul, an executive producer, okay, title, that puts him in a position of power. He's more so than if two athletes like you and myself speak on it, right? Yo, I'm about to beat you up. I'm about to do that. Okay, so if they were to do that. Okay, that we could say that's kind of banter. Hey guys, stop it off. But now one of you is an executive. You understand what I mean? That means clearly they have a little bit more power, more clout, and definitely you have
more leverage,
a amount of leverage, and you have a responsibility. Remember, with greater power comes more responsibility. Right? That's the first thing that they teach you in college football. The first thing that they teach you in the NFL, and they sit it down, they drill that in your head, no matter how it goes on all of that. Okay. So, and I'm definitely careful of that kind of stuff, okay? And so, because of that, and so, when you come down to it, you have now at the end you have somebody that's being employed, right, by the company, and that happens to be his boss, executive producer, somebody that has higher ranking than him, and he says, look around. Hey, boss, I did great. And we got, you know, obviously Tyrone is African American, and he says, hey, how about we do another? How about we do a great job? How about we play it back and we get, okay, now it's no just about money, and that's where I'm. What? You know what I mean? I thought it was on. Hang on, whoa. I can only put, you know, put butts in seats, right? He can only prove himself that way. Then to turn around and say, well, no, that's if you get a tattoo, if you put a brand, now it's a name branding on your body, you know, then we can play it back. So if what I'm saying is wrong, so what would happen if Tyrone says of the tattoo, it's these words: Showtime executive producer told me to write "I love Jake Paul" on my body to have a rematch. Made sure it was permanent in America today. Yes. You know, I mean, what? You know, I'm like, wait a minute. So then the first one to come over there and exploit that takes that over there, puts it on his page, which is Ariel, blasts it everywhere. Then he jumps back and puts Tyrone on his show. And, you know, you guys listen. Sensitivity issue training, you know, NFL's got it. I had to go through that stuff. That's the moral clause. That's one of the things that made what's going on with my situation unique, you know, in Japan, because I know what I'm doing. I can show you, we'll talk about it later. If you want to see examples of how to handle that, I can, you know, because this is what they taught. But, you know, when you just jump in there, you know, when you get this instant fame like that, and you have no idea, you can get yourself caught up in some serious, massive issues. You know what I mean? And so I have no idea why everybody else is
especially political issues, of course. Yes.
Right. You know,
yes.
it's like so. Are you guys really? So the question is, are you guys really doing that? You know, I mean, are we really doing that? I mean, that was called, used to be what, slave branding and knave branding and all of that stuff. And then so now you guys are doing more then for payouts, payments. You know, and Showtime is condoning that kind of behavior with an executive. That's what it said with that brought in gambling. I mean, are you guys nuts? In Ariel's hey, time out.
Right. People going too crazy, Bob. People going too crazy, man.
Woo.
I think sometimes, you know, they don't realize the times we're going through right now. I mean, something like that is not even right now. It is been going on forever, and people still don't realize that's something that, you know, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't put it this way. You shouldn't even demonstrate anything, you know, close to that. So, I guess we're going to see something, you know, as soon as people start watching and pay attention.
Well, either, you know, if nothing is done, listen, it's totally fine. Then, you know, hey, you know, I'm just saying what I see, exactly what I see, and the reason why you don't do that. So you know, and if everyone says, hey, that's acceptable, then go ahead. But I promise you, I don't see how everybody's saying that's acceptable, because I mean, I guarantee you that is so, you know, illegal type practices in rules and procedures that they're going. I mean, that's done in front of everybody to whatever. Again, you know, Ariel, I would, you know, you can fire him until he gets sensitivity issue trainings, or fire him for good, okay? And come back and say, listen, you guys, yeah, that's sorry, that's not what we really wanted to say. Because right now, that's no. I mean, where else do we go? You know, if it ain't money.
we have people already mentioned over here. It's not Sapp at all. I mean, you know, people are really like getting angry, say, you know, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, but.
Jeez.
Bob Sapp was there with both eyes on it.
Yes, I was in shock. I was like, wait a minute, because like, again, I am a fan and I am a practicer of the entertainment sites. You know what I mean? And coming in there and setting yourself up for retirement and et cetera, just so that you can have a good life. Okay, so I definitely wanted to see that, and I support that. Okay, so if Tyrone's doing that, and he's, you know, and he's unemployed at any of the other large organizations, and he's been applying for a job to whatever, he's done very well in his job. I think really basically you just pay him for the job. I don't think We put other stipulations on. Whoa, you know what I mean? And hang on. And what's even scarier is because it was no about Showtime, right? So if the executive producer said Showtime, then maybe you could say, yeah, you know, but the executive producer of Showtime said my name, which is a name brand, okay, permanently, you want to put a brand on me, my boss, you know, when I say I did good,
Right.
and you want to say, well, I know I know you want to do it for money, but I want to put something else on top of more than just money. I mean, I'm pretty sure around the world that's illegal.
Well, I agree. Yes, I can see what you're saying.
Woo! So I'm like, you guys, listen. I'm like, you guys, let's stop the cheapy. Stop while we're ahead because you guys have no sensitivity.
We're gonna have some issues sometimes with that. Are you back? Yes.
You
Okay.
know, they definitely do it, and they're mindful of that. You know, so of course I'm going to be the first one to well, wait a minute, and then have to say, you know, you know, obviously, you know, we having fun because you know that's been on my mind by saying like, what the heck, you know, but it's really like incredible. I mean, I'm just again, I'm so shocked. You know, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm shamed. You know what I mean? Of what I'm seeing. I'm like, wait a minute, young bucks, hang on, y'all. Listen, we only do this for money. We don't start, you know, hey, brand my body. Hey, well, take my child. Hey, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? You know,
right.
I mean, whoa, you know.
Kind of sounds like not really good.
Right, especially when you know what I mean. When your boss and executive producer has a little more power over you. What? Right. Whoa, you know, what are we doing? You know,
exactly.
I mean, come on, guys, let's tone that down a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm just saying what I see. Hey, I mean, you know, that. So again, I think I cannot believe that Ariel has done that. So I think anybody listening to this, feel free to go ahead and you know,
ask you anything. You know, if you want to drop some questions,
tell me if you see what I see.
Hey, I have somebody here asking you if you're ready training for December. Is anything going on in December, Bob?
Okay, so that's good. There's a possibility that I may come and fight in December against perhaps in another professional boxers organization. So we just have to wait and see. I don't want to say too much because you know, I'm very careful about that stuff. So one thing that I'm very careful of,
and you should be careful. Yeah,
that's right. So because your credibility, you want to really be very credible, and so you know that's one thing you have to be very careful of. So you know, I do my best to don't say anything, and that's one reason why when I was going through the talks for going to fight Mike Tyson, that's the reason why it was quiet. That's the reason why you never saw me or heard me talking about it or do anything, because if it's not going to happen and if it's not going to be there, I just don't say anything. Now I'm very happy that you know Mike came out and said some stuff and he's saying stuff all about me. I think that's fantastic. Okay, I think that's great, and I think the same thing. And I appreciate Shaquille O'Neal, you know, calling me out and doing that. I think that's fantastic. You know what I mean? I think that's great stuff. So you know, and it lets me know that hey, you know, hey, we know the entertainment style fighting. We enjoy this. So I think everybody really stands behind you know the Pauls and stuff like this. It's just that you know, wait a minute, you know, you guys need little crossing the line. You know, if what I'm seeing, if this is no corrected, this issue is no corrected, you know, ASAP wise, I believe, you know, okay, then I believe what I see. You know what I mean? Just like you know, then I'm gonna believe what I see. You know.
You have a. I know you so well that I can read your mind, Bob. Hey, I have somebody asking. I think is B Charlotte. Want to fight on Rising again?
Okay, so I have so one of the crazy things is about me is that you know Bob throws fights, et cetera, and that's no, you know, I guess they depend on how they do it for throwing fights, you know what I mean. So you know, I'm 300 pounds. I was fighting overseas, and you know they're just prize fights. You just come in and come out, and out of all the ones that I fought on, I think maybe there's of all my losses, I think maybe 2 of them are left, you know, and they usually go bankrupt within 24 hours after getting there. So, I mean, you know, that's number one. Number two MMA and pro wrestling are on the same card, so they're called the same thing. So that's what it is overseas, guys. So I apologize that when people see many comments and stuff like that, they say, oh well, that's a loss, this is whatever, and it's only simply because when it deals with me, you make more comments about losses and ooh, look how big I was or whatever, than as opposed to when I'm winning. Okay, so it's fine. It's like, okay, enjoy that. You know what I mean? So I let that enjoy that, and I let everybody understand that. And then when it comes down to being serious and get down and you're getting six figures or whatever, like Horizon, then I go there, in which they only care about the results, which I'm what? 2-0. Okay, so it's I'm undefeated. Okay, so let's settle down a little bit. Been doing that. I think that's kind of understandable. And no matter if it looked good because they had short notice, no matter, it's fine. It's a win, and that's it. That's where it ends. You know what I mean? So that's it. So now when you take a look at like this stuff here today, that's why I'm like, what? This we put an end of it. You know what I'm saying? That we put an end
right
to what it is, and we're able to do it. So I do have one more. Ryzen has asked me to fight. Ryzen has asked me to fight recently, and same thing with ONE FC, and because of COVID, it's just too difficult to do right now. So
right,
that's all.
Another question for you would be the longest yard. Great movie. You planning to be in the movies anymore? More movies? Anything going on? I mean,
I am planning on going on in some movies, but all plans are on hold. The COVID,
right. Pretty much, you got to wait the whole thing to go back to normal. So, pretty much, yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So let me see more questions over here. Say, shout out to Houston. Okay, they want Bob to say, hi, Houston. Yeah.
This I'm thanks that he said it was a great movie. That was awesome.
That was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I probably watched it like a couple of times. It was a great movie. Somebody mentioned, I don't know, but I think somebody mentioned, oh, you broke my nose. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to you on the movie.
Oh,
you were bigger than anybody in that movie, right, Bob?
Yeah. And he came. Yeah, he
God.
Came down but Dilip Singh was pretty big though. That's the guy who kicked me. He was pretty big. He was a pretty big boy.
How's the CBD game going?
Okay, so that's going fantastic. That's one of my, I have Plus Weed in Japan, one of my sponsors that I've done in Japan. And so you may see me on that Bob at official Bob Sapp official, excuse me, on Instagram. So that's, so you can see that's me talking about my CBD line that's in Japan, and that's going pretty good. So we've done good sales. They're having a great time. It's in their kind of the #1 shop out there called Don Quixote. That's kind of like Japan's Walmart. It's fantastic, man. They're doing great. I've also been studying a little bit of the finances and financial platform. I'm in the middle of going against now. Now that I'm out of the combat entertainment game, now I do the combat entertainment with my brain. So I'm doing the fight against Siniak Caribbean right now on Big Boss, which is the FX trading platform. Right now, and we're going against each other by the way of financial trading and saying what we do, outside for different individuals, that helps you achieve your FIRE, your freedom, independence, and retire early number, or that helps you, maybe, battle some of these tough times, So that's one thing that's fantastic. So,
Great.
I got those two things going on, which is pretty crazy.
What was the most difficult fight ever for you? I have King Show asking you.
Yeah, so the most difficult fight, definitely I'm going to give it to kickboxing, Ernesto Hoost, and Nogueira for MMA.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same way.
Yep.
I mean, he's asking if you live in Japan. He's not in Japan. He doesn't live in Japan.
No.
He's in paradise.
Yes.
What is your favorite MMA or K1 win?
Okay, so the favorite MMA or K1 win is what you call it? MMA win. Oh, that was a draw because I was going to say Jerome LeBanner. That's what I was going to say. You know what I mean? But the K1 win, of course, is Ernesto Hoost. So you know that's you know that's what we're going to say.
Yeah, guys, he's not living in Japan. He lives in the paradise called Thailand.
Yes, that's right.
With the mansion, Bob Sapp's mansion, a house for his size.
But running around here, and, you know, which is crazy. I like to run around in this. Yeah, it's a little bit still too dark, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So tell me more. Tell me something. You know, give the guys a little bit more of a spice things than you have going on.
Yeah. So,
if you can talk, if you can talk, I think everybody wants to know more.
Yes. So what else I've got going on over here? So we briefly talked on the Big Boss. We've touched about the plus weed, you know, and just having fun. I'm also following and looking at cryptocurrency, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So
that would be a good thing to talk about it. You know, you're very into the crypto, you know, bitcoins, right? Go ahead.
It's pretty crazy. So yeah, we you know, I'm a part of or a paid endorsement, of course, but you know, so this is basically what, you know, so be right on the, you know, be flat out about it. But I'm with one called Beast Doge, so that was kind of cool. And another one called Bitbull out of Poland, which is pretty exciting. You know, you want to enjoy the portfolio. That's kind of interesting to watch and look around and see. You know what I mean? But other than that, that's how I obviously was able to retire, of course. So there's no doing that, you know. But it's just something that I can do now and just take a look at it and say, "Ooh, this is interesting," you know. But just because that for my retirement, I did the basics. Mutual fund over 1.5 beta, which is basically something that's super high risk in one account, and then another account that's kind of basically steady index broad-based funds, that kind of stuff. Just real steady and stay well under 2.5% of the interest on your gains. So, you know, that's what I absolutely practice. You know what I mean? So it works, you know, and it's worked for me. You know what I mean? It works for me outside of the United States, because I enjoy where it works, you know what I mean? And I've already got beat up for, you know, the majority of my life, you know what I mean? So I just would like to relax a little bit, you know?
So what do you be your best advice for, you know, this young fighters, you know, starting right now and make some money, you know, how to save the money for the future, for the retirement, for the paradise life? What do you be your best advice to them?
Yes. Okay. So my best words of wisdom is definitely still going with something that's your broad-based index funds. You know what I mean? Definitely do your IRA. You know what I mean? Definitely do those things. Definitely continue to learn more about, you know, finances. There's plenty of nice websites out there. You know, I like that one, that Jazz Beat Spring, that Minority Mindset. I think he's awesome. You know, I think that Grant Stephan guy is awesome. I think some great stuff there you can follow and really learn words of wisdom from these individuals. You know what I mean? So I think that's fantastic. So, you know, but, you know, again, you know, I think it's great. That's what I would do. Now, if you're a professional athlete, you know, you may have a little bit more discrepancy income. I'd still be doing that. I'm also, again, I'm going to look over and maybe get some training.
You something else, man.
You know, before you end up making something a real big deal, you know what I mean? Because from where I'm standing, from what I'm seeing, some heads need to be rolling right about now.
Right. Oh my God. Hey, all right, Australia. Okay, Brian. Love from Australia. You got that.
Yes,
Bob, somebody over here asking you, can you read it? Yeah, please, can you say, Bob, what's up, Good Times Video Productions?
Yes.
I'm a big fan.
Good Times Video. What's up, baby?
Bob, you're something else, man. So, listen, my brother, I appreciate a lot of you, you know, get up early in the morning. I know it's early there. to spend some time and share your vision and your opinion, then I gotta say that makes sense. I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's like but it takes some old timers from fighting and say, okay, hey, listen, we all know what's up. We enjoy it. We respect you. We think everything's great. But hang on, you guys got to tone that. You got whoa.
Yeah.
Name branding, slave
I
branding.
got you, man.
I think we better stay away from that. We only do it for money, guys. We don't do it for other stuff. Okay.
Is anybody that you want to say, shout out? Anybody want to say anything to anybody? Thanks you, whatever.
I could say I would, but I'm not going to say that one. But I just like to say, hey, listen, everyone, thanks for supporting me throughout the years. You know what I mean? I like to thank Conan for giving me a buzz. And
come on, we brothers, man. We my brothers.
Yes,
you know that.
And definitely getting me an opportunity to speak to some people and just hey and everybody knows how to take this video clip and see if what I'm saying is true, so it's no problem. So and I think that's it's fantastic. So I want to say thanks to all that good stuff, and Bob Sapp official is my Instagram if anyone wants to follow along. But again, it's just for what it is. It's just having fun and having a good time. Please no write and say I challenge you to a fight, because there's a proof of funds and what I mean, and contracts and deposits. Please don't call me and ask that. Okay, there's no, you're not going to call me out first on Instagram. You know what I mean? There's usually contracts first. Okay, guys. Okay, so so please don't do that. But
I don't think nobody will call you out. Just start like that. I don't think nobody will call you out. Come on. You're a beast, man. I want everybody to know we met years ago, became really good friends, and as much as Bobby is a beast on the cage, fighting, has the most incredible heart. It is a friend, and I keep you in my heart. We talk, every now and on. But
that's right.
You are amazing. I promise you, I'm going to be your neighbor. Believe me, I'm just not. It's not my time to retire. I still got to make some champions, but I promise you, I'll be your neighbor for sure. We're going to have good talks, right in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever time you get up and walk and talk and have a good life. I really appreciate you, man. From the heart.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. And hey, Brian, I saw somebody say they know me from school in 8th and 9th grade. What's happening? You know what I mean? So
yeah, he went to the school with you. He says, I came. I think it's Hudson Anderson, something like that. Right. The 9th grade. Awesome. Yes, very proud of you.
Thank you, man. Thanks, everyone. You know what I mean? And hey, healthy, wealthy, wise. Still have my brain. Still have my brain.
Yes, I just want to say, for the people that I wasn't able to say hi, Life Change PO, Josh, my son, fighting September 24th in LFA for the title. He's into the creep, Bitcoin, shit like exactly like you, Bob. He loves that shit. But he's fighting on September 24th. Tachi,
nice. Okay.
Josh, yeah. I mean, all the guys watching us, I appreciate a lot. You guys, stay the time with us, and appreciate Bob. Again, you're the man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Hey, let's be mindful of our surroundings.
I talk to you soon, buddy.
All right.
Take care, man.
Later. Yep.